Welcome to MidLife To NewLife, where we're all about health, wealth, relationships, and well-being.
And in today's episode, we're going to learn how to create more financial wealth.
So we're going to take a little walk, get some exercise, and hear from a couple wealth experts while we take in the sights.
Today's -8, and it's freezing, but we're going anyway because it's such a beautiful park.
It really begins with taking control of your money. Right now, a lot of you are taking the money you earn or have accumulated and it's sitting in a bank or retirement investment where the bank is using your money to create wealth and they're making incredible returns. We need to take back that control. Look around. The financial world is changing rapidly and it really is all about timing.
We're at a point of tremendous change in our world. And if you look at the economy and the politics of money, and when you understand that when a government controls the money, then they can literally print more money and devalue the currency. So when you get into economics, currency is actually designed, like the US currency, it's designed to go down in value. Over a 30-year period, it goes down like to 5% of what it was worth before. So it's actually deliberately, the problem with it is if there's $1 trillion in existence, then what the government will do is they'll just create another 100 billion. That's 10% of $1 trillion. And by them doing that, they basically stole a dime out of your pocket. Now that dollar is worth 90 cents. You don't see it immediately, but you see that with rising prices. So the loaf of bread that used to cost 5 cents now costs, in Hawaii, where I live, it's like $6 if you don't go to Costco. At Costco, you can get 2 for $7. That's a good deal. But our grandparents would be shaking their heads.
So basically, we've got these investments making minimal returns, and in the meantime, the value of the dollar is dropping, and most likely going down faster than the investments are going up.
We used to have our money based on gold. So gold used to be the standard. And the thing about gold is you can't invent more of it. You can dig a little bit more up out of the ground, but there's a limited fixed amount of gold. So over time, as more people exchange and use it as money, gold has a rising value over time. Now, the way it's not practical to lug around ounces and pounds of gold, it could be stolen from you. There's a lot of problems with that. And then if I wanted to buy something from someone halfway around the world, how do I ship them the gold? It creates a lot of transactional problems. The way our world economy is moving is many people don't trust the government. They don't want to give their wealth away to, everyone knows a dollar, it's a piece of paper. It works because we all agree it has value, but we intrinsically know it's not really valuable. It's just a piece of paper and we don't control that. So blockchain technology, cryptocurrency is the future that if you start to research it and learn a little bit about it, all the experts agree, the economists, at some point, cryptocurrency is going to be as normal as the dollar. It's going to take over. And in fact, this is a reality that we're moving into. It's just, if you look at the way the internet has taken over life and commerce, there really needs to be an internet-based money, a freely exchangeable money that central banks don't control. This is like conventional, like everyone knows that this is an ultimate like consequence. It's inevitable. So the thing we're looking at here with crypto, with the emergence of like Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these different cryptocurrencies, is which crypto will take over? Because there's an obvious need for it, because when you send money through PayPal and through some of these other instant transfer systems, they're charging you 2 to 5%. Well, with cryptocurrency, it's free and it's instant, and no one has to know. Like Ron, if I wanted to send Ron Archibald money, who's a co-host here at the Wealthy Journey TV show, well, I could just instantly send it to him, and it's like handing someone cash because no one else needs to know that I paid Ron. It's discreet. Like the government doesn't need to know about it. Ron's wife doesn't need to know about it. Not that we're doing anything illicit, but really, it's no one's business but Ron's and mine, if I wanted to exchange value with him to buy a service or to buy his product. Now we have traditional methods of processing payments that are based on fees. So the banks operate the network like Visa and MasterCard. Now that works really great. If you take your credit card to a department store and you want to buy a jacket, well, you scan it and you wait for 30 seconds and then, okay, you can take it now. Well, that's cool. Now, they're processing tens of thousands of transactions, and I'm not sure of the exact number. It's easy to find this out with a Google search. But they're processing a high volume of transactions, and that network needs to do that so that 10,000 people all over the world at the same time can be buying their jacket, their perfume, their toilet paper, their necessities. But when you have an internet-based money that you can take, and this is being adopted by casinos, it's being adopted by the gaming industry. Forward-thinking entrepreneurs are accepting cryptocurrency as payment for all kinds of business purposes. People are buying Teslas with cryptocurrency. I mean, we are transitioning. You're going to see it happen really fast in the next few years, where cryptocurrency is a daily thing that you use to buy products and services.
Exactly, Brian. And one of the most lucrative ways entrepreneurs are creating wealth today is cryptocurrency. I had the chance to actually interview Rudy Salaya and ask him to give us a brief explanation of cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency has been around since 2009. Okay, it's been around for more than a decade. Yet people still don't understand or can't comprehend the concept of blockchain technology or cryptocurrency. And really what it is it's a peer-to-peer. It's completely decentralized, meaning as opposed to being centralized with our financial institutions that we use today, our banks. And it's without the middleman. It's basically, if I want to do business with you, Ron, we don't have to, do any paperwork. We don't have to sign any of our signatures on anything, right? It's basically, you have a digital wallet, I have a digital wallet. I'm going to send you something that actually has true value. But because of that exchange, it creates a transaction in what we call the blockchain, which is really the future and where it's going. Because when you can tokenize anything, if you and me were to be able to say, hey, we just met online, I want a PS5, you happen to be in the Philippines, normally I'd have to send you, a PayPal, and it would take days, sometimes weeks, depending on your bank. Then there's going to be this big fee, or the traditional, the Western Unions of the world, the MoneyGrams of the world, where they charge you an arm and a leg, literally, and it takes a long time for you to get your own money, and in exchange for that PS5, where cryptocurrency is a matter of minutes, and as long as you give me your recipient address, I'll send it to you via the web. And so,
yeah, in my understanding, it's much more secure as well.
Way more secure,
yeah.
Yes, encrypted, right? Mm-hmm. Hence cryptocurrency. So,
right, exactly.
Very, very genius. Satoshi Nakamoto created that back in 2009. So, Thank you, whoever you are.
Yeah.
The current system tells us to invest in retirement savings. Don't touch it, let it sit and grow. Meanwhile, it's at risk and it depends on the markets. And then when we take it out, the government is going to tax most of it away, and who knows what that tax is going to be.
So one important point, not to convince you on cryptocurrency itself, everyone's aware that this is a future trend and inevitable outcome, is to look at, okay, the big question is, who's going to win the war for the blockchain? Now, my prediction is Bitcoin, it's always going to be there, but you could look at Bitcoin like a savings account. It's like, that's where money is going to be stored. It's like a CD, a certificate of deposit. So you have Bitcoin as like your mini little bank. It holds a bunch of value. It's like having the bar of gold buried in your backyard, because it's not convenient to spend the Bitcoin, because the Bitcoin network can only handle so many transactions. It was actually one of the first cryptocurrencies designed. So it's very slow. There's a lot of things where if you were, on your phone and wanted to download an app that costs, $5, to do that in Bitcoin's cumbersome. You might have to wait a half hour to get your app. So if you want to sort of investigate and to discover which cryptocurrencies are going to take over, you really need to look at speed, because for the thing to actually be used as money, it needs to have the ability for 100,000 people around the world. Let's say tickets go on sale for another hot trend that many of you don't know about is esports. So believe it or not, okay, so as someone who's like born before 1980. It's like, I don't understand why people like to watch other people play video games. I only did that when my brother was playing and I wanted my turn. I would have to watch them. But this is entertainment. And there are people in their 20s and 30s and younger, and even people my age and older that understand this, that where they're selling out stadiums. And these people are actually like professional athletes. They're being paid big money to play a video game on a giant screen, and stadiums of people are going several times a year around the world, like buying tickets to observe this. It's like bigger than the UFC. It's bigger than the Super Bowl. So imagine you have all these gamers. It's a huge worldwide community, and they all want to go to this event with 100,000 people watching an esports, like the esports Super Bowl, whatever that's called. Some people who know what it is will probably laugh at me. I don't know the name of it, but it exists. And imagine tickets go on sale at a specific time for this event, and there's a limited 100,000 seats. And these are all gamers. They're all computer technological people. They're going to be sitting there on their phone, hitting refresh to buy their ticket at the same moment, because they realize if they wait an hour, they miss their chance to go to this event. So they need to be able to process the transaction quickly for those 100,000 people around the world who plan to come to this event instantly. So that is one need. It's just one illustration of the power that the network needs to have, because obviously it creates a problem if, let's say, 200 people bought the thing, because the way a lot of these payment networks work is they kind of put you on hold. They say, okay, you bought the ticket, the payment's not processed yet. Well, you can't tell 50,000 people, sorry, we sold you a ticket that doesn't exist, and it just creates confusion. Well, as more business around the world is conducted online, because now more of us are at home, we're not traveling because of the current environment, just the way society is going to conserve energy, more and more transactions are happening, and you need a cryptocurrency that can handle that speed. And that's where it becomes a lot more valuable than a dollar. It's functional. It actually functions as currency. So in your investigations on what the next cryptocurrency will be, many experts agree there's no doubt that cryptocurrency is the next gold. It's the next big thing. If you've been paying attention to currently what's happening with Bitcoin, it's on the rise again. And long term, it's definitely going to be something you want to put part of your wealth portfolio into, and definitely look at the speed of its usefulness in practical reality.
When you start to investigate the different transaction speeds, one stands out at almost 3 times the speed of Visa. But there's more to it than just speed. There's the question of what will support the coin's value. How can we be assured that the crypto's value will increase? The answer? Video games.
You know what, Ron? When I first started this business, I had an idea about the gaming industry. I just didn't realize how massive it was. When you look at the numbers, there's about 2.7 billion gamers worldwide. Because of our today's circumstances, almost 80% of the world's population are playing video games right now. And in every household, there's at least one gamer. Okay. And, we're not talking about the stereotypical putting on the gaming headsets and they got like 10 monitors in front of them and they're talking to their friends. Your casual players are your mobile players, people that play on their cell phone. And you know who you are. You're playing Candy Crush, you're playing Solitaire, you're playing Angry Birds, Call of Duty Mobile. There's some games out there that are completely dominating the market. I mean, for example, let's take Candy Crush, 272 million active monthly players right now playing that game. You would be so mesmerized if you learned that they made so much money with that game. So many people putting up their debit cards and credit cards just to get to that next level. And it's so when you think about that, some games have outperformed NASDAQ in the year 2020, and it's projected to be a $300 billion industry by the year 2023. So when you think about where the world is going and you think about the technology and how it's being advanced, when you look at cryptocurrency on a gaming platform, now you have the perfect mix for what we call tokenizing the game, where now you can actually monetize the amount of time that you're actually playing the video games but actually see a return as an end user, as opposed to you generating billions of dollars for these gaming companies. And Ron, I think parents can relate to this, probably haven't seen any returns yet after all these years.
Yeah, well, and really in sort of layman's terms, and what you're talking about is you can, make money playing video games. I mean, I've had a lot of people, mention to me, they love the concept, and they think, yeah, geez, my son, like the amount of time that he spends playing games, and like you said, there's no monetary reward for that. I mean, but by combining this cryptocurrency aspect with the online aspect and put them together, and you can make a living from this, or if you're, at least, create an opportunity to make money, depending upon your skill. And I mean, I know I've seen tournaments, and your affiliation with esports is huge. So when you combine the two, you've got the makings of quite the new cutting edge money making kind of business. Now, if that doesn't get you gamers pumped up, then doing a few exercises along the trail will.
Now, gaming doesn't get me that excited. I'd rather be outdoors walking, cycling, exercising, but there are a lot of people who love the gaming industry.
And I'm not really a big gamer myself, actually. So I asked Rudy about that. Who is this business for? I mean, we talked about the gamers. There's a lot of people may be watching and say, well, I'm not a gamer. I'm not into that. Maybe, my kids are and stuff. But, well, is there anything in there for me? You're
right. I'm glad you asked, Ron. We're more of like a marketplace for gamers, but at the same time, just like, you and I, we're marketers at heart, right? That's just the way we're built. So we have a place for what we call partners, people that just believe in the cryptocurrency. They believe in the technology, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get their hands on them. Right? They don't want to play the games. They don't want to market this to anybody. They just want to hold on to it. That's what we call in the crypto community hodlers. People that just want to hold on for dear life, right?
Well, just like Bitcoin investors, for example.
There you go. Exactly. And then, of course, you got the marketers. There's an opportunity with multiple ways of generating some income for your household right now. And Ron, I can tell you right now, a lot of people are waiting for their next stimulus check. But even if it does arrive, it's only going to stimulate you for a few days. In this company, we actually have daily payouts in Bitcoin, by the way. And depending on your level of desire and your work ethic and the amount of time you put into the business, you can really see the rewards every single day. And it's life-changing. It really is. Just in my short time of being with this company, I've helped change multiple lives. Not only did I become a six-figure earner myself, but I couldn't have done it without my team. I couldn't have done it without some of my partners like yourself. And so when we connect with those like-minded individuals that are able to see the vision, but grasp how we're creating this revolution, I guess, if you will, in the space, it has a deeper meaning. I mean, we're on a crusade right now to change over 3 million lives through this platform. And when you think about it being an open API source, completely decentralized through the blockchain, it really complements the esports industry. It really complements us as marketers. And you know what? When times are good, video games are good. But when times are bad, guess what? Video games are still good. It's a bulletproof industry.
And what's cool is that former 3-time NBA basketball champ with the LA Lakers, AC Green, is the CEO. He's got a foundation that's been helping youth with education for years. So I asked Rudy about that. What's it like working with AC Green, basketball legend?
Oh my gosh, Ron, it is so exciting. People ask me, Rudy, what do you do? And I say, I'm living the dream in a quarantine. And why do I say that? Because I've been a Laker fan from day one. I remember watching Magic Johnson and Michael Cooper, Michael Thompson, and then the Eddie Jones and the Nick Van Exels, and those are the old Lakers, and it was real showtime. It was a lot of fun to watch. And so now the fact that I actually get to work with the Iron Man himself every single day, side by side, AC is definitely a man of the community. He's also a servant leader on and off the court. And now that he's a CEO and the captain of the ship here with our company, it's just amazing because if you guys know already, he has his youth foundation for 31 years. And when you think about that and how he's already worked with students, how he's working connected with, our education system, that's just his reputation. And so when we talk about teaming up with our students, we're talking about, how they go to school right now because of the circumstances. They have e-classes or virtual classes. Well, 9 times out of 10, after your kids are done with virtual classes, what do you think they do? They go and play video games, right?
Yeah, just combine the two somehow, yeah.
Combine them, yeah. So we partnered up with an amazing company called Schmoop. They're out of Scottsdale, Arizona. They've been around since 2015. And what I love about this, guys, is the fact that it's a platform. It's an educational online curriculum where the kids are not just going to learn long division. They're not just going to learn algebra because, Ron, let's face it, when's the last time we actually used that as an adult? So we're teaching them things that real matter, real life skills, character building, financial literacy, cryptocurrency literacy, blockchain technology, entrepreneurship, tax deductions, things that really they can apply and take advantage of in life. And so through the AC Green Esports Academy, they're able to be rewarded, and believe it or not, with scholarships, school credits, school tuition, depending on how good they are. And this is from 4th grade all the way up to 12th grade. And through our AC Green Esports Academy on our board, advisory board members, you got people like Byron Scott, 3-time Laker coach, Warren Moon. Yeah, these are big names. And so think about it this way. It's really about what are your kids being taught? Really ask yourself that. What are they really being taught? And my kids, just so you know, Ron, I give them Bitcoin as allowance, okay? Because they don't know, I don't think they've ever seen a dollar bill unless like their grandma or grandpa slipped it to them. But me, I'm giving them cryptocurrency, and that's really where the world is heading.
Rudy is spot on when he talks about in good times and bad, the crypto and gaming combination is rock solid. When you think of your entire portfolio in the hands of the bank and the government, you wonder what's going to happen. What decisions, what manipulations of the market are going on, and it's beyond your control. So when you take control, like Rudy did, he went from Uber driver to 6-figure cryptocurrency entrepreneur. I had to ask him, how does it feel?
You know what? It's a really, it's surreal. It really is because, I've been in this arena in and out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, always had that full-time job that, always working towards that part-time fortune. And as I continue going through my journey, I feel like you never fail in life. You either win or you learn, right? That's it. Bottom line. There's no failing. And so I feel like life happens for you, not to you. And because the T in timing is more important than the T in talent, I position myself at the right place at the right time in the esports arena with the gaming industry, right when the whole shutdown started happening, right? The travel ban, everyone had to come home. They couldn't go to work anymore. Schools were closing. And you think about how many millions of lives have been impacted. And it was really about me just thinking, okay, this is a lot bigger than me. So I eliminated myself from this whole situation because prior I was in another venture where we wanted to give hope, but that platform wasn't giving me the tools and resources. So when I joined this new company 7 months ago, it really allowed me to say, okay, I have everything I need. I have all the tools I need to go and give people hope. And so I woke up every day, Ron, not even thinking about me. I thought about if I can measure my success by how many people I can bless, then I'm going to make sure that I change my life along the way. But it's really about the journey, and I think about I'm not even done. And not to toot my own horn because, again, this is about my team. It's about a collective effort, and I couldn't have done it without them. But we've brought over 4.1 million in sales, during the pandemic. 6,000 people on my team right now, and guess what? 17 countries that we've made an impact in. And
and it's growing all the time. And so for our viewers out there that are like, chomping on the bit here, I mean, they know cryptocurrency is where they need to invest. The online gaming is growing like crazy. It's kind of, you talk about football scholarships, baseball scholarships. Gaming is becoming the sport for young people that'll propel them into a better future. So for all the viewers out there wondering, like, how do I get involved with this? What does it take? What do I got to do?
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, again, if this is something that resonates with you, if there's a couple, chords that me and Ron struck with you today, it's really about just understanding how big the esports arena really is. And esports is in its infancy stages, right? But when you look around, they say success leaves clues. You got HyperX in Vegas. You have collegiate level where kids are literally getting full ride scholarships to play video games as long as they keep their academics up, right? And so, if this sounds like someone or something that you want to get involved with, maybe not for you, maybe someone in your life. It could be a sibling, it could be a neighbor, a coworker, someone that just can't put down that controller, right? Or even someone that's an aspiring entrepreneur. If you have that just 1 ounce of entrepreneurship in your bloodstream right now, just waiting to pounce on an opportunity, this is the one right here. Remember, opportunities never pass. They just go to the next person. And so you want to connect with Ron. You want to connect with my guy, Archibald. And, this is a place to be. When you think about lotions and potions and powders and pills that you have to sell out there, you don't have to sell anything. Okay. We're really here to just kind of educate people. And by connecting with Ron, he'll be able to set up private presentations. He'll be able to even set up a private call. And I'm looking forward to talking to each and every single one of you that might be just the one for you. It only takes one time, Ron. And I'll tell you right now, sometimes the only thing that gets in the way of those opportunities is a fear. And if you can cross over that fear, I always say the fear is face everything and rise, or forget everything and run. And I truly feel right now through these times, the most beautiful things can rise from ashes. It's probably been some tough times, but Ron, he's a guy to talk to, and his amazing wife, Juanita, 20 years in the industry as well. They're powerhouse, dynamic couple, and I can't think of anybody else to work with but these two.
Cryptocurrency is independent of government control, which enhances the security. No one but you can access those funds. It's more likely that you'd be hit with an asteroid than your crypto getting compromised. And there's no foreign exchange hassles. Crypto is crypto. There's no converting to this dollar and that dollar. It's definitely an opportunity for you to create wealth. We hope you enjoyed our show, How to Create Financial Wealth.
And if you'd like to know what Juanita and I are doing in regards to crypto investing, reach out to us.
And if you haven't yet subscribed to our website, go to journey.tv/midlife, and there you can get the archives of the past episodes.
And tune in next Thursday for our next episode, 5:30 p.m. EST.
Thank you for tuning in. Bye now. God bless.